right. So again, I just want to say hello, and we're gonna have people coming in as we get started here, but I want to, honor everybody's time and get through this. I know we're all providers, so we're all super, super busy. So I am so grateful that you took the time to be here for our webinar today. And as I was saying earlier, I'm not surprised that so many people have interest in joining the workshop on how to find and keep private pay residents, because I'm hearing a lot of people struggling to fill their homes, and a lot of talk of the market being saturated and too many homes and very much difficulty finding residents, especially private pay residents. So I decided to do this workshop because that had not been my experience. And I've had a lot of providers coming to me asking how I was able to fill my home so quickly. So that's why we're here today. So I'm Christina. I am a provider. I do have two homes. I have a home in Federal Way, and I have a home in Des Moines. And first started off, my background is in social work. So I have my degree in social work, and I had actually started working in adult family homes as a behavior specialist. So before then, I didn't really know what a adult family home was until I started working as a behavior specialist, and I had 30 clients, which meant that, and they all lived in adult family homes. So that meant every day, well, every week I visited 30 different homes. And so I saw a lot of the good homes and I saw a lot of the bad homes. I saw a lot of, got to know a lot of amazing providers and caregivers, and then not so good ones as well. So in my time in that role, I really learned a lot about the business, and really enjoyed serving the clients in the home. And so I decided to open my own, and that I wanted to make sure that I was having a home that really offered exceptional quality care. So I started the process, and as you all know, because you're here, it is a very long process, going from getting all of your classes and certifications to finding a home, and getting it, to pass WABO, and then going through the application. And it's a very long process. So I know that if you're here today as a provider, that you have a very big heart to serve and take care of others. And because you're here and you want to, really take care and serve others and provide that quality care, I know that, you are just searching for those to fill your homes. And that's what I want to help you do. So that's why we're here today. That's a little bit about me. I was able to quickly fill my home, from my first client to all six clients in about 3.5 months. Um, I've also had a daycare home, which I was able to fill very quickly with many clients coming for day services as well. So I'll talk a little bit about my experience with that. Um, but a little more background about me is I am a mother of five. So I understand being a busy business person as well as raising a family. So I can share with my experience with that as well. And then also during the upcoming workshop, you'll also meet my partner and fiance, John, who has been in real estate for almost 30 years. And so he comes with a wealth of knowledge to the business. He's also worked in houses and investment, uh, realty as well. And so he comes with his own knowledge that's very helpful, especially when we're talking about the sales conversation. When we do get to the point where someone is interested in our home and we have that conversation of their assessment and our rates for care and what that looks like. So he's been very helpful to me in that area, so he can share with you all as well. We still have people coming in the waiting room, so I'm going to let them in. I'm going to go ahead and share my slides with you guys that I've prepared for today. Um, and all right, can everyone see my screen, see the slides here? Awesome. Okay. So we're going to be talking about elevating your ability to attract and retain private pay residents. And this is a picture of my fiance and partner, John Nation, and myself. This is a picture of our home in Des Moines. And this is a picture of our home in Federal Way. All right, so today, like I said, we're going to talk about what we're going to be learning in the upcoming workshop that starts on Monday. So on starting Monday, we're going to be learning, how to understand the private pay market, how to develop effective marketing strategies, and how to enhance sales and customer service skills. I think a lot of us that come into this business do it because we have a big heart for caring for people, but unfortunately, we might not be so good at the sales conversations, right? That might be a little more challenging for us. So we're going to learn about that. We're also going to be learning about how to foster a positive, supportive community culture. I really believe that that to really fill our home successfully and quickly is to really learn how to build relationships within our community. So we're going to talk a lot about that. And it doesn't come natural for everybody. So I want to make sure that we spend some time on that. I think I have more people to let in, so let me do that real quick. There we go. All right. Again, it's so wonderful to see so many of you here. I know, um, how challenging it is for us to fill our home in this time. And so we're going to talk a lot about how we can do that. Okay. Oh, my screen's, there we go. Let me go to my next slide. Okay, so I believe in following the grace. The adult family homes are called Everyday Grace, and I really like the acronym GRACE. And so we're going to follow the framework, GRACE framework, which means we're going to learn how to first gather information within our community, and then how to reach out and connect, then how to assess strengths and needs, how to create a supportive environment, and then how to be continually evaluating and improving. I'm going to go ahead and stop share for a minute because I want to ask a few questions. Let's see. Okay, looks like, okay, I have a couple more in the waiting room. So I'm going to let them in. All right. So right away, does anyone have any questions about what we've talked about so far that I can answer? Just, I know we probably have a lot of questions about how to fill our home. I can't get into all the questions now, but if you just have a question a little bit about what we're going to be learning in the workshop, go ahead and put it in the chat or unmute yourself and I can answer that. I think too that I would like to ask, since we have so many people with us, and I really wish we had the time that we could all introduce ourselves, because I feel like um, a big part of this business is getting to know other providers, right? Because there's so much to learn, so many questions that we have. And if we had the time to, meet other providers and bounce ideas off of them and ask, what's working for them and what are they struggling with and what could be helpful. So I definitely plan on trying to have some time to do that in our workshop so that we can get a chance to get to know each other a little bit better. But for now, I would like you to just put in the chat kind of where is your home located? Are you where's your home located? Do you all have homes already? Or maybe there's some of you that are going through the licensing process now and you just want to, get ahead of the game and learn how to fill your home. So if you could just put that in the chat. And then I think I seen a couple of questions as well. So I'm going to open up the chat. All right. So we have people from Spanaway, South Hill, Tacoma, Mill Creek. Go ahead and close this for now. And someone asked if the meeting is recorded, and yes, it is. So I did hear from a few of you that you're on the road or you're going to be in and out of the meeting today. So I am recording it so that you can make sure not to miss any of it. So it is recorded. Can I share the notes later? Yes, I can share the PowerPoints with you guys as well. So everybody that's registered, I have emails for, so I can send the recording and the PowerPoint too. We have people from Renton, Tacoma, Colbert. Wow, I don't even know where Colbert is. South Hill, Lakewood, Kent, Blaine, and Auburn. Wow. Tacoma, Renton. Yes. So as I had anticipated, we have people from all over, north, south, east. So that is awesome. Tacoma Parklands. Okay. Let me check and see if there's anybody else I need to let in, and then I'm going to go back to our slides. My mouse is not working very good on this laptop. Here we go. Okay. All right, so that first step that I was talking about is gather information. So we're going to, learn how to do the research and understand the needs of our communities where our homes are from, are in, whether that's Renton, Tacoma, or elsewhere. We're going to identify potential residents who may benefit from our services. And then in the second step, whoops, we're going to learn how to reach out and connect. So we're going to learn how to attend local community events, senior centers, health fairs to network and introduce ourselves. We're going to learn how to collaborate with healthcare professionals, social workers, and other relevant stakeholders in the community. We're going to learn how to utilize social media platforms to engage with the community and share information about services. And like I said, we're going to really learn how to build those relationships, those connections within our community, so that we have people calling us every day inquiring about our home if we have a room available. We're also going to learn, how to assess strengths and needs, how to conduct those assessments from our phone call. So when we do get that phone call, so first we're going to learn how to market so that we do have phone calls coming in every day. And we're going to learn how to, once we get that phone call, how do we handle that phone call? What should we be asking? What information should we be giving during those phone calls? And then we're going to learn how to utilize assessments in the sales conversation to tailor your pitch and services to match the individual need of the resident. We're going to do that by learning step by step how to have a successful tour of your home. So first, we're going to learn how to market your home so that you're getting phone calls and they're booking tours with you, visits to your home. And then we're going to learn how to have those conversations on the phone so that they do book that visit with you. And then we're going to learn how to give a successful tour of your home. So by the end of the tour, they're asking, how can I move my loved one into your home? And then we're going to talk about how to, have that sales conversation about the next steps for admitting into your home. Whoops. Sorry, I'm pushing faster than it's going. Then we're also going to talk about, once you do have a resident in your home, a private pay resident, they come with loved ones, their family who love them dearly, want the best environment for them. They're paying a lot of money for this home for their parent or child or spouse. So how do we foster that compassionate and welcoming environment? How do we encourage open communication with residents and their families to address concerns and preferences? How do we provide opportunities for social engagement, recreational activities, and personalized care services so that they, feel that their voice is heard, that we are meeting their family, their loved ones' needs, and we're providing an environment that makes them feel like they are part of the family and that they're able to advocate for their loved ones' needs. And then last step, we're also going to talk about how to be continually evaluating and improving. So in this business as new providers, we are constantly learning, right? And we're learning how to be better. We're learning how to be better business people. We're learning how to be better salespeople, and we're learning how to be better providers and how to provide the best care. So we want to constantly be regularly monitoring the quality of care that we're providing to our residents and gather feedback from residents and their families. We want to stay updated on industry trends, best practices, and regulatory changes to maintain compliance and improve overall quality of care. So let me go to the next slide. So basically, I'm saying by following this GRACE framework, a new adult family home provider can effectively build relationships within their communities, attract residents, and deliver highest standard quality of care. So I'm going to stop there before I go ahead and ask if there's any questions that you guys have about what we're going to be going over in our upcoming workshop. like I still have people in the waiting room. Okay. Okay, so go ahead and either put in the chat or or take yourself off mute and just ask any questions about, because I know that was a lot of info really quick. Just if you have any questions about what we're going to be learning in the upcoming workshop. I see some messages here. Let me look. There we go. Okay, so how do we register for the upcoming workshop? Great question. That is what we're going to go over next. Okay, do you have any other questions before I move forward with how to register? Again, you can take yourself off mute. You can put it in the chat. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and continue with the slides and let you guys know how you can register. Okay, so the program format for the upcoming workshop is going to be Monday through Friday, July 15th through the 19th. So next week, it's going to be on Zoom just like this at the same time from 10 to 11 Pacific time. I am also going to record it for everyone who is registered. So if you can't make it to every single day, every single workshop, then I will be sending out the recording because I know we're all super busy. But I definitely recommend you coming as much as possible so that you have the opportunity to meet other providers and you have the opportunity to ask your questions. So at the end of each hour, I'm going to leave open for questions because I know that there is, so much to learn and we're going to have lots of questions, and this is a great opportunity to ask of myself and to also ask of each other. We can learn from each other as well, what's working and what's not working. um, Again, I just want to let you know that the reason I'm doing this workshop is because I've had a lot of providers come to me and ask how I was able to do it, how I was able to completely fill my homes in 3 months. I mean, I was so busy admitting a new resident every single week. It was just like boom, boom, boom. I still have phone calls every day asking if I have availability, if I have an open room, and I am currently full. So also in being a part of this workshop is networking, and I can learn about you and your homes more, and can refer those who are calling for my home when I'm full to be able to refer to you guys as well in the different areas that you are in. So another opportunity when you're a part of this workshop and we get to know each other. So the investment is, we're going to go from $0 in the beginning, just starting out, to over $60,000 when we fill our home with 6 residents. And some people may even be able, at the time where they're able to go to 8. And I'm going to show you how to do this in 3 months without having to pay placement agencies. So I know there's placement agencies out there. And in the beginning, I did establish relationships with a few good ones, and I do occasionally get calls from them. But I didn't need to accept any residents from placement agents and pay that 10,000 upfront cost for the referral. So I can show you how you can do this without having to rely on placement agents. Now you may, want to accept some Medicaid, but I can show you, how you can get private pay residence. So this workshop for the 5 days, 5 hours is going to be $497. So that's for all 5 hours. And included in that is a bonus that I'm really excited about. And that is the bonus with my partner and fiance, John Nation, on those sales conversations. So, like I said, he's had 30 years experience in sales. And me being just, a heart-centered person, just all about wanting to help people, I was not very good at the sales part. And he really helped me to get better at that, and really have that confidence that we all need, that we want to provide the very best care. But with that comes a lot of expenses, right? We as providers, we have a lot of overhead. We have to pay our caregivers, and we want to pay them very well so that we attract very good caregivers that are going to stay with us for a long time. So in order to be able to pay them, to pay our mortgage, to buy quality food, it costs a lot of money. So we need to learn how to also be able to charge the necessary fees for our time and hard work, and to provide the best quality care to others. So I think this bonus is invaluable. So anyone who registers today, again, is $497 for the whole workshop, the whole 5 days. And we're also going to have plenty of time for questions at each of those as well. So whoever joins today will then get this bonus as well. And I think that it's going to be super, super helpful for a lot of you. So how you register, how you register is you can Zelle me the $497. So I'm Christina Saley, and my number there is for my Zelle is 206-841-7871. So you Zelle me the $497, and then email me the same email you did to register. Email, let me know, Christina, I'm super excited. I Zelled you. Please send me the link, and I will email you the Zoom link. I will also email you guys the recordings of this as well. And you can share that with anybody else that you know that also needs this information but wasn't able to attend today. And wow, we still have people coming in the thing. Well, I'll just go ahead and wait to let them in, and take this time to now ask questions. So it's our Q&A. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing, and you guys can either put in the chat or take yourself off mute and ask any questions. Now, this today, the questions are, I ask that you ask about the workshop. When you register for the workshop, then each day we're going to have time to go over all your questions about attracting those high paying private residents. But for now, I'm going to ask that any questions about registering for the workshop, what you're going to learn in the workshop, go ahead and ask.
Yeah, so I had a question. Um, so you no longer get private pay residence through the agencies, is that what you said? You now have your own way of getting your own residence?
Yes, yes. So that's what I'm saying is I have been able to fill my homes without using referral agencies or placement agencies. Now, I'm not saying that placement agents are a terrible way to go,
Right.
but if you go that route, you're paying tens of thousands of dollars. And so what I'm offering is for you guys to learn the different strategies and skills that I've used that have helped me to fill my home without using placement agents. So
Got it.
again, the investment for the class is 497, but you are saving yourself that tens of thousands of dollars per resident and by not having to use a placement agent.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And someone just asked again, did you ever use a placement agent? I used one time in the very beginning, and but after that, and that was because I thought that was what I was gonna have to do. And everyone was telling me that, the only way you're gonna get residents is with placement agents. So I did, but it really, it was hard having to pay that $10,000, especially when you're a new provider and you're just starting to fill your home, and you have to get to three, four residents before you're even seeing any profit, right? After paying everything. And so when you have to pay out $10,000, that's just really difficult. So once the calls and tours were getting booked constantly, I realized I didn't need to have to use placement agents. Um, so I no longer do. It's just a matter of learning how to market your home and how to build those relationships in your community. I got another message here. Is 10K for one client or to fill your home? That's for one client. So I don't know who has experience with placement agents, but referral companies, placement agents, they typically charge your first month rate. So just saying on average, your resident that you're charging 10,000, it could be anywhere from 7,500 to 12,500 is what you're charging. So that first month that you charge, that's what the placement agent wants you to pay them. So yeah, it can be you're paying them anywhere from 7,500 to 12,500 and up, depending on what your rates for care are going to be. And then someone said 497 seems a lot. I'm not yet convinced. All right. So I totally understand that. It is an investment. I think when people aren't convinced, they might think like, because really if you're able to learn how to fill your home, then you're potentially going to be earning around $60,000, right? So that 497 is a very small fee in comparison. So when someone says that they're not sure, it makes me wonder if you're not sure if you can do it, right? Like maybe you heard, yeah, sure, I did it, but does that mean that you can do it? I completely believe that each of you can. I do not believe that our market is saturated. I believe that we just have to offer, that those relationships, those, being out in our community, being out, how to connect and establish rapport right from the first phone call, how to really establish that rapport during those tours. What can we do and say that is going to ensure that by the end of that conversation or tour of the home, they are 100% sure that this is where they want their family member to spend their time, to be taken care of. So that is the key to getting those calls. And then again, like I said, once we get to know a few of each other during this workshop and we're in different areas, we can help each other as well and refer to each other as well. Like I have, a lot of people are still calling me looking for homes, but I'm full. So as I get to know you guys, like I just don't want to recommend to anybody, right? But as I get to know different providers, then I can recommend your guys' homes to them. So then we have another question. So after the workshop, how soon do you think I can have my first client? You know, again, it's hard to say how long it's going to take, but for me, I had was admitting one client a week. Now, I did do some prep work before that, right? I was out in the community as I was going through the um, licensing process. So by the time I was licensed, I already had a waiting list. So it did take some time, and it can take you guys some time depending on you. But I feel that through this workshop, I can teach you the skills, I can teach you the strategies, and if you apply them right away, I'm fairly confident that very soon you'll start getting calls. And if you follow the strategies and relationship building that I teach during those calls, you will book um, home tours. And then if you follow strategies and skills I teach in tours, you're going to be accepting your new residents into your home fairly quickly. I mean, I could say realistically, at least within a month, you should be admitting new residents. Okay, I have a few other questions in chat, so I want to make sure to get to all of them. Let's see here. Okay. Whoops. The fee is for 5 days workshop. Yeah, that fee is for 5 days of workshop. Um, all the strategies and tools that we went over. And of course, those are the 5 steps, but each day we're going to go over many strategies for each step. We're going to be, I'm also going to be putting together some resources that you guys can keep as well. And then we're going to have plenty of time for questions as well. Let's see. Let me just get to everyone's questions. It seems that we have a few more. Okay, I have a question. I do have a question. Most of us on here being natives of other countries, do you feel like that will affect our chance of receiving private pay clients? No, I don't think that that will affect. I think what it really comes down to is learning how to establish rapport. Now, rapport building might be um, a little easier for me because we are, most of the clients that come, the residents that come are from here as well. And so we have that we can connect on. But there are many things that you guys can connect with them as well. There's many things. It's just about learning how to look for commonalities. You may be from different countries, but maybe you have similar stories, or because one of the things we're going to learn about in the workshop is how to tell your story. Use your story about where you came from, and what why you're so passionate about caring for others, and the what you went through to get to where you are now, and why you love caring for others, and why you opened your own business. Use those stories to connect with families so that they feel that connection, they feel they can trust you, they feel that this is the person that I connect with, that I want to place my loved one in their home. and that's a lot of what we're going over is, how to build those skills to be able to do that. I'm going to tell you, everyone that calls me ends up touring my home, and everyone that ends up touring my home ends up wanting to place their loved one in my home, so I can teach you how to have those same results. Does location matter? No, location does not matter. There is need everywhere. So my home, Federal Way is in Twin Lakes. There's like 3, 4 homes within the same couple of blocks. Um, and I'm still full, and I still filled it within 3 months. So, I don't think location matters. Some places will be less homes, less people. Some places will be more people, but more homes. But I think as is building those relationships within your community is what going to find the clients. So that's what matters. Okay, do we have any other questions? I see a hand up, Elizabeth, if you want to go ahead and take yourself off
Yeah.
mute.
Um, so is the 5 day thing going to be recorded one for us, or um because that's a lot of days, and I'm not available all of those days or all day for the class. So I'm just wondering, if I do this, what happens if I miss certain sections?
Of Whoops, hold on. We still have people coming in. Yes, of course. It is going to be recorded. So if you register, you will get all recordings for all 5 days. So if you have to miss, you will, still be able to watch the recording. And then if after watching the recording you have some questions, then you can email me your questions, and I will respond and give you the answers so that you don't miss out on any of that.
Okay. And do
Yeah.
you think you'll do this class again? I mean, do you think you'll have this workshop again?
Um, yeah, if we have this much um interest, then I probably will do it again. Now, when, I
Okay.
don't know, probably not again this summer, because summer is quite busy for me right now. I'm actually, me and my fiance are getting married, so we have a
Oh,
wedding plan.
congratulations.
Thank
That's
you,
nice.
thank you. Yeah, so I'm definitely busy this summer, but I'm sure I'll teach it again in the future with all this interest. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And how long have I been in the industry? So I've been in the industry a couple years now. The first year I ran an adult daycare. So that's something that I can, tell you guys about as well, and how I use that to start during the process while I was getting licensed. And then I've been licensed for about a year now and have 2 homes. So, how many members in the family should be in a home with clients? How many members in the I'm a little confused by that question. Alice, how many members in the family should be in a home with clients? If you want to kind of clarify what you mean by that, if you don't mind, can you give us the agent number? We can try our luck. Yeah, I can pass along some agents that I would recommend for those who do want to go that route. Let me see if I'm missing any other questions. Again, you guys can take yourself off mute or put it in the chat. I feel like I might be missing some in the chat, so I'm trying to go back and look here. Will this course teach how to find an entity representative? Not specifically. Um, but as you know, anyone who's in this course is going to have my time, right? So during that time and asking questions, I can be able to help you guys with other things as well as they come up. I know there's so much involved in being a new provider and filling your home and being a business owner and being, caring for residents. So I can also answer questions along those lines. I also work with a great team. So again, I have a great team full of people that I really can help you along the whole process from start to finish. So most of you that are here, I'm assuming already have a home, but possibly you're looking for a second home. Um, if you guys are looking to purchase a home, my partner and fiance, like I told you, has so much experience in real estate and in adult family homes. So he can provide that service. He also works with a great team of contractors. So if you're looking to remodel or get your home wobble ready or add on rooms, possibly you're wanting to go from 6 to 8, he can help with that as well. And then I also have a couple of consultant friends who I highly recommend for helping you get through the process. And then my consulting as well. Like I can consult on how to fill your home with private pay residents as well as answer other questions along the way. All right, looks like we have one more message. Let me see. Do you know the reason why case managers are not assisting as much with referrals? I'm wondering if you're asking about private pay or state pay with that question. But again, I think it really depends on relationship, right? So that's why I'm really going to be teaching those skills, how to build those relationships and connections so that the case managers and social workers and discharge nurses will refer to you. So that's a lot of what we're going to be talking about in the class. How much do you charge for referrals? So I do not specifically charge for referrals. um I'm not a placement agent. I'm just saying that, if you're in my workshop with me and I get to know you and maybe visit your home, maybe you visit my home, then I'll feel more comfortable passing on those referrals for people who are coming to me looking for placement, although I don't have any more rooms because I'm full. So that's what I was saying there. Um, and private Medicaid. Yeah, so I think that answered that question. Okay, we have a couple more minutes before I'm going to say goodbye. We're coming up on the hour. So, any final questions? Um, you know, anything you would like, consideration in making the decision if you want to invest in this class at this time. Um, I definitely know it's going to be super valuable, and you're going to learn the strategies and tools to be able to fill your home. I'm very confident in that. And I will definitely go through, spend the time to really work with you as much as possible to help you learn those skills by, doing the class, having some resources, the free bonus if you register today, where the sales conversation with John is absolutely invaluable. Um, I learned so much from him. And then also, being able to come visit my home or I can visit yours. I can walk you through how to have a successful tour those kinds of things. So yeah. Do I live in one of my AFHs? No, I do not. The Where you see now is my home, my office in my home, and then I have two separate homes that I do not live in. I have full time 24-hour staff, two 12-hour shift caregivers. And it's another thing I can really help share with you guys too is I have amazing caregivers. I have such an amazing team. And so I think that I get a lot of questions from other providers about that too. Like, how did you find such a great caregivers and how do you keep your caregivers? So I'm very, very fortunate to have an amazing team. So no, I do not live in the home. But because I don't live in the home and I'm not doing the actual caregiving, that means I have higher expenses as well. So that's why it's so important to be able to charge what you're worth, what for the services you're providing in order to be able to pay really good for caregivers. And and so that's important too. I'm going to teach you not only how to find a private pay resident, but how to get those higher rates as well, and how to offer the highest quality of care that you can get those higher rates. I joined very late. Are you able to accept calls if I call you to go over what I miss in order to make a decision to attend the class? I don't have time to make calls to or take calls today as I've got to run to my homes right after this. Because I have a pretty busy day. But if you want to text me or message me or email me, we can set up a time. But I will be sending out this recording so you can watch the recording first. And then if you have questions, but you'll want to watch it right away so that you can register today to get that bonus of the sales calls. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed the call and answered my question regarding payment installments. So if you want to register today, but you can't do the full 497 and you would like to pay installments, yes, we can do that. Just go ahead um, and text me, email me, whichever, letting me know what kind of payment arrangements you can do. Since it's a short class, I think the shorter the installments, the better. So maybe like 250 now, 250 later. Um, Something like that. We can work out there some sort of arrangements. Can you share how you have organized the working hours for your caregivers? Yes, in during the workshop, I'll definitely have time to go over more of that with you. Right now it's 11, so I need to get going. But those type of questions we can go over during the workshop after when it comes to Q&A. So we can talk about that. Let me see if I miss any questions. Um, okay, it looks like I got all the questions and it is top of the hour, so I have to get going. But again, this is recorded, so I will send it out to all of you that have registered today. And I just want to say that I am looking forward to getting to know each of you a lot better. So we'll spend some time doing that in the workshop where we'll get to know each other a little bit better. Um, and Again, if there's other friends providers that you think would be interested in this information, go ahead and share this webinar with them as well. But we are starting Monday, so today you want to register today for the free bonus that's going to be invaluable. and you really only have the weekend to make a decision for this class. If you do have to miss some of the classes, I'd still register because you will get the recording and still be able to access me for questions. So, again, thank you so much. It's been so great to see so many of you, and I look forward to getting to know you better. Bye bye.